Okay, this time the content's looking a little different. I just want to give my thoughts on the Lantern series. I just watched the first episode. Definitely like buddy, not buddy cop, but like, you know, two-man detective show meets, somewhat Green Lantern elements. Like I wouldn't say the Green Lantern lore is secondary to everything that's going on. There's like bits and pieces of it being shown to us. It's episode 1. I'm seeing a lot of hate for it, but overall it seems like the consensus is fair. I think more people are fighting about what elements are going to be shown within the show rather than, it being a good or a bad show. But just to address some of the criticism, I would say like people saying that, it's leaning too much into, the West detective show vibe. I feel like y'all gotta let them cook. I feel like the show has merit on that ground simply because it is real deal. Green Lanterns is space cop. It's propaganda for real. And honestly speaking, if it was ever going to mix with any other type of like genre of show, it was gonna be this. Now, me personally, I would have the preference of these dudes going into space a little bit more than what I'm seeing. I think we are going to be getting a bit of that because I did see like one clip for the second episode trailer where John and Hal seem to be on another planet with 2 moons and the sun setting. Maybe that's just like a hologram like message or whatever. Who knows? Like, we're just gonna have to wait till that drops. But I really do feel as though this show has something to give. I definitely enjoyed the first episode. Also, I just want to get this off my chest. John, you a hypocrite, bro. All this yapping about, it's been 2 months, I haven't worn the ring. You get the ring twice in one day, right? Understandable, the first time you used it, get some bubble wrap to save yourself from being boomed from like an exploding car falling off a cliff. Hal's insane for that. I don't care what his pops or anybody got to say. Also, his pops is insane. We'll touch that bro in like 30 seconds. But the second time you get the ring, first move is to slide some granny panties to the side. You're insane, dude. And also that family's insane. There's a lot to touch on. John's pops, insane. How we cold opening to John and his brothers watching Hal in an interview coming out as Green Lantern, and his pops see that start booming over his head, booming apples off of his head. Mind you, behind the wall, there's multiple holes. This has been a consistent thing. What is he trying to prepare him for? This is just my personal opinion. Y'all could go crazy in the comments if y'all want. I feel like a black man who's already been in service, in most cases, try to lead their children away from there. Especially since it seems like the mom is not in the picture. It just seems to be them. So it's like, you already trying to set your son up for a potentially dangerous lifestyle. It's just like, who really sends their child to war? Now, I know that's kind of a thing with some people who involve themselves in the army. However, I feel like there's too much incentive for their father to take a different path. Though I do understand that like mentality that you gain from being in service is a bitch to abandon. But yeah, rounding back to this man, John, man. This man getting their first day. What Hal said? He said,
We've only been here 24 hours. I'm impressed.
I don't even have a problem with dude getting some, because like this dude John's roster needs to be studied across multimedia. This dude's roster needs to be studied. It's crazy. It's crazy. However, this is basically your first case. You gotta, be more on top of things, especially considering what you find out afterwards. She didn't even tell you her name or none of that, dude. First off, y'all get it on in her car. Like nothing's ringing in your head to say, hey, this is kind of weird. Maybe I should not do this, especially since my superior's getting arrested to check out a case with an alien. I don't know. But that's just me though. Also, that family is so weird. That family's so weird. like everybody involved, even the sheriff, who's like kind of married into the family, not even direct bloodline. That whole family's weird. The only person who seems normal is the kid. But I guess he's gonna grow into it. Who knows? Hopefully the mother has the most influence on that kid, because anybody else get to him, I don't know. But yeah, to talk on the piece of resistance for this episode, that interrogation scene, he was like, yo, what's your opinion on Barack Hussein Obama? Mind you, this episode is set, the series partially is set in 2016. They in Nebraska, dude. They're in Nebraska. He was like, yo, what's your opinion? What's your opinion on Barack Hussein Obama? Dude he was interrogating was like, I mean, 42nd president, you feel me? Like, there's some controversy around his birth certificate. Something like that. Bro, the way Hal tweaked out, he was like, you really are an alien. Cause not, yo, no bullshit. There's just no way. No way you don't have an opinion. A violently self-insistent opinion. If you coming out of Nebraska, 2016, and Obama is president currently, you don't know. That Harry Potter one got me too. He was like, yo. He was like, yo, what? Hey, yo, that alien really had all the sports knowledge, all the sports knowledge down pat. But as soon as somebody talked about Harry Potter, he was like, yo, I don't really read like that. Oh, but you do watch movies, like 20 of them. I'm like, I mean, I just be on the road. I just be on the road. And then the switch, he was like, yo, he was like, he seemed so uncertain. He was like, man, so let's say you're right. You know, I just happen to be an extraterrestrial who went great length to hide himself amongst this filthy ass planet, amongst these dumbass people who are more concerned with a ball game as opposed to the deteriorating atmosphere and the socioeconomic status of its most unfortunate people. And I would want to avoid the attention of a peacekeeping force, considering my objective is the exact opposite. What you gonna do about it, pussy? I was like, yo, I may have taken some liberties. With that reiteration. Hal didn't buck at all, which was amazing on my end, because that's really what Hal would be on. He was just like, first off, Hal, not a dummy. He comes off as like Mr. Hotshot, you know, do whatever he wants, this and the third, but he's not no dummy. He's really gonna get to the crux of the matter, and he really takes into account everything in the situation and knows how to peep game before anything and really take tactic to an approach to things. That was evident when he first identified the alien on the field and in this interrogation period. He was like, and just how would you go about keeping silent about your objective? Dude looked him in his face, said, I got a bomb on my spine. What we doing? And he said, are we exploding or talking? Cause I want to have lunch. And then the alien tried to piss him off with the oath, like, in brightest day and blackest night. Instantly got pinned to the wall. It was like, yo, Harry Potter went to Hogwarts, you ignorant alien. And all you hear was the beeping. Hal instantly locked in and said, got the ring, put him in a green bubble. So, first to say, I think we're getting enough of what we want from the characters. We just gotta let DC cook. However, I just hope there's not too much, deviation from, the source material. I don't want to get caught up in, the detective mystery element, which me personally, I like, because I like mysteries. I like suspense thrillers and all that. I love that. However, I definitely want to dive more into, the space drama element of the Green Lantern series. So, That's just how I feel about it. But yeah, we're just gonna have to tune into episode 2. Also, side note, Marvel, do not get caught with your pants down. Don't let people come to figure out that DC's treating their black characters way better than y'all are. Y'all not off the hook. Blade, Wonder Man, Storm and Black Panther not getting legendaries and Marvel rivals. Ironheart, Spectrum out here getting thrown in alternate dimensions. In her real deal debut superhero appearance. That's just like tip of the iceberg stuff. Don't get caught with your pants down, Marvel. Y'all better tighten up, bro. That being said, I'm gonna tune out. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you want to hear more reviews on things I'm checking out. But yeah, catch y'all on the next one. Peace.